Going live. 1, 2, 3. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PeakFlow Power number 78. Happy Friday, everyone. If you're new to the show, we cover high-ticket dropshipping questions. If you have any questions about e-commerce, business, entrepreneurship, this is a perfect place to ask. Me and Marcus have both done over $10 million in high-ticket e-commerce sales, and we are here to answer all your questions. So happy Friday, and let's kick things off.
Let's kick it. Nice intro.
Thank you. It's finally warm. It's been waiting for this.
100%. How are your allergies? Is there allergies in Michigan? What's the pollen levels?
There's pollen, but it's not too bad for me. I do get like sniffles and stuff sometimes, but it's only like for a day.
Not bad.
Yeah, it could be worse,
Yeah, I've came back from it. Last week it was him. He OD. Last week was him.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Like, how bad was it?
Dude, I was having a hard time breathing.
Because
it's like, imagine like your nostrils is clogged. Mm-hmm. And then you know how I eat too. Like, if you guys don't know me personally, like I just chug down my food. That's just how I like to eat. Like, so I'm trying to eat, but my nostrils is clogged. So I was trying to eat, and I'm talking to my mom, and then I couldn't breathe. I was like, it's just mad silly, mad. But yeah, I couldn't breathe.
Happy that's over now.
Appreciate you.
We got Ryan with the yo, we GMC approved, baby. Fly me out, Marcus.
Yo, Ryan funny. Ryan in a good niche right now, low key.
I would do that niche too. I actually bought something in that niche.
Yeah.
It would be too obvious if I
don't say it. But I think you recommended that niche, actually.
Yeah, like one of my there's like these two people that I used to like do high-tech e-commerce with, and they were in that niche. They scaled to 100K the first month, and then like the supplier screwed them over because it was like partly from China and they didn't ship a lot of orders. But there's like a ton of demand in that niche, and obviously with the evolution with AI and everything, only gonna get more.
Do you think that e-commerce and high-ticket dropshipping specifically is a long-term viable business model as compared to the traditional SMMA, affiliate marketing, dropshipping? Where do you think it stands in terms of longevity and actual output delivery?
Good question. I think the business model itself is very sustainable. Obviously, like we both have been running this business for a long time. The reason behind that is obviously you need to adapt as a business owner to like new updates. Like before all this AI, like we didn't have no AI when we first started the business. There's no chat GPT. Now you guys have all that. So the playing field is a little bit different than like when we started versus you guys. But the main thing is like it is sustainable based on the business owner. So if the business owner like upkeeps the business, does its P&Ls, watches, like keeps a pulse on the business and sees all the like the leads, all the orders, and just actually knows what's going on in the business, then the business will sustain itself as long as the niche that they're in is not like trending downwards. We're going to get wiped out by AI.
Wow.
Yeah. Because physical products, people will always need, like no matter what. You're gonna buy like a couch. AI can't be a couch. Like, you can't sit on AI. Yeah. So that's why like physical products, they're always gonna be a thing, and never been a better time to sell e-commerce products, especially high ticket.
That was a breath of relief that I just had, because like, how did we stumble across this, Trev? Like, let's just reflect on our journey, because I feel like the mass market attention is so upstream into like traditional retail, low ticket dropshipping, Amazon. But like, why no one ever really just thought about like the whole luxury retail side? Like, what's going on with that? Like, it's almost just kind of gotten overlooked, but then we stumbled across it. Talk a little bit about like your journey discovering the business model. What did it feel like for you? Because
Yeah.
you're a very practical person.
Yeah, for both of us, we both discovered it because we kind of needed to, because the business model that we are doing before,
Yeah.
with low ticket e-commerce, it had its problems. Like, with your story, all the orders you ship, your supplier screwed you. Same thing with me. Like, my supplier didn't screw me, but like I was just no scalability. Everyone would just copy my products and the products would die. So we both face issues in that both led us to like discovering. I discovered from the podcast, just randomly, just clicking on a YouTube video. And I found about high ticket e-commerce. And how, I guess for the viewers, how did you find out about high ticket e-commerce?
Yeah. Very much like Trev said, when I first discovered high ticket dropshipping, it was because my dropshipping business model was simply just not doing well. And it's not that the ads weren't working, it's the customer support tickets, it's all of the influx of orders. And so pretty much my supplier messed me up a lot. And then I just went on YouTube, I searched up how to find dropshippers from USA. And I found these two brothers that were near New York, so they had very similar lingo. They're not doing it anymore. I learned a lot from them still, but I realized, oh my god, like I could do the same thing I'm doing, but instead of faulty suppliers, I could do domestic suppliers, and it's more expensive. Sign me up. And that's how my journey started. And Trev, you were one of the few people. You were probably the only person I knew, like in my like drop shipping circle kind of thing. Because already, like, how many people are even doing drop shipping? And then you were actually doing it too. Like, we were both kind of like learning at the same time. So I was just like, oh, I need to see what he's doing and see how we could piggyback off each other.
Yeah. I know the two people that you're mentioning like later down the line, because like I also found two brothers, but then not the two brothers that you ended up like
I
joining.
know exactly what you're saying.
Brothers that were like cousins of the two brothers.
That's
So
exactly what it is.
I later found out like the person that you found out about high tech ecom about was cousins of the ones.
Yeah.
It's like it's just the two brothers.
Small world.
Yeah. So that's how like we basically found out about the business model, and then about the course, and then up from there. Just figured it out, ask questions, fast forward, trial and error.
Trev, I remember now. I'm not gonna say his. I mean, Sri Kanase, like our OG mentors group. I remember your name was always popping. You asked a lot of questions, bro. That's how I actually remember. I was like, oh, he asks mad questions like me, because I used to bug my mentors and everyone that I just paid X amount. Like, I'm gonna ask all my questions.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I was definitely asking a ton of questions, and then like after a certain point, I was like, no more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I saw you, like it was literally on Sri Kanase's like client success testimonial page. I was like,
How did you find about Sri Kanase?
YouTube, just Google Ads videos.
Google Ads.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so let's talk about this because I'm curious to know myself. How did you, or what was the thought process going from traditional Facebook to Google? Like,
Well, I didn't really run Facebook for too long, but Google was pretty, like, simple to, like, at least understand, but, there's just, like it's more like A plus B equals C than Facebook ads. Like, Facebook ads is more creative based and more, psychology driven. So, to me, I picked it up fairly quick, and it was just a matter of time because the strategy that was recommended at the time was keep testing products from AliExpress. And I think after testing like probably 20 or so products, finally found one that was actually profitable. But yeah, that's like my journey after finding Google Ads.
What made you know Google Ads was like A plus B though? Because
It was just like how the course that Shuri Kanase put out at the time. It just
okay,
made
okay.
it was just like text. It was on literally Google Doc with the bullet point, do this, do this. Like this is a criteria. It doesn't get like any more simpler. Like it's literally like bullet point for Google Ads. Like set up your shopping campaigns, general testing campaign, high bid, general testing campaign, low bid, um, set a 10-cent bid, maximize clicks, follow your products, do your negative keywords. After spend $20, no conversions, cut it, put a winning product into a smart shopping campaign, scale it.
Yeah,
That was a
that was
playbook.
a strategy. That was a strategy, and it
Yeah.
worked really well.
Yeah. Um, yeah, the smart shopping campaigns, that was like the old before PMax was a thing. Yeah. But the most annoying part was doing all the descriptions, writing all the descriptions by hand, even with a VA. I don't think that really matters. I'm not really sure at the end of the day, but Sri recommended like the SEO or like handwritten descriptions. I don't know how much it matters, and then SEO optimize the title with the keywords, and then that was like the playbook.
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about with the product uploading sheet, and you have to take relevant keywords, do all the analysis, put it there, go test the product, optimize it, shopping feed, titles, product op, tags. Ah, I asked that because when I first discovered Google Ads, I was watching an Alex Becker video. The Alex Becker video was just saying how to not follow what 99% of people are doing. And so I just took that same philosophy and I was like, okay, wait, if everyone is doing Facebook ads and I'm on like my last $1,500, $2,000, I might as well try Google Ads. And that's exactly what happened. I pivoted and I was like, I'm not going to keep on bleeding money on Facebook. I'm going to bleed somewhere else. And hopefully, at least that somewhere else is going to give me a different result, because at least I knew that if I keep spending money on Facebook and I'm not getting the sales or profit, let me just not keep doing the same thing, because then I'd be delusional. So then I went on Google. I went on YouTube. I searched how to dropship with Google Ads, found Sri Kanase, and that's how the story.
Mhm. The crazy thing is, I just searched up my old store that was my low ticket dropshipping store running Google Ads. I sold to a person that later ended up being like a scam. Like he was literally scamming customers. The site today is literally an AI tool website.
Huh?
Yeah, it's like I'll, I'll send it to you, but like this was my
Sure.
old Instagram account, so it was like definitely this website. It's now an AI website, so not sure like what happened. Maybe the person that it says Bangalore, India. So it looks like someone like bought this site potentially.
4
Maybe
million plus users. Oh, it integrates with the big AI tools, I guess.
yeah. Like
Cool.
this was once a store selling graphic tablets and night
I'm
tracking.
trying. I saw the same ones.
That's interesting.
The digital pads. think that was one of the keywords.
Yeah, it's like $130. That was like
Yeah. 70, 80.
yeah, be booming in the next few years. Mark is pushing their all-time highs to its Good Friday. Yeah, the best way to look at the markets is you can pull up what's called a greed and fear index, and you can look at basically what the score is right now. So it goes from 0, which is extremely fear, and 100, which is extremely greed. So based on the market right now, it's at 67, 67. It says greed, so that means markets people are like really greedy. So all you have to know is like when people are greedy, you just have to look for a way to sell or be cautious. So, do y'all have a checklist of things you normally do while waiting for approval for LLCs, business banking, or all other business start items? Yeah, of course. We have a checklist. It's more use. I mean, it's in the program, but if you're in the free school community, it's the same. Like it's similar. You just do the steps that you can do. You just won't get like a fancy checklist. We'll let Marcus answer this question first. Marcus, what was the mindset shift to help you in your guys' high ticket journey?
Okay, that's a really good question. What mindset shift that helped me in my high ticket journey? I'll tell you one that was really good, and it's a real one. History doesn't reward innocence. So like it never has. When I was starting off business, I think I took it a lot more casual than I should have. I feel that I thought it was just lots of fun and games, and it is. But at the same time, for me, because like me myself as a business owner, and you know, Trev, like I started off earlier on back then, very relentless with my ideas. So if I just thought something was a shiny object, I'll just go pursue it. I'll just go pursue it. I'll keep on going more and more. Whereas, I was very attack mode versus I've realized that in business, it's a lot of attack and defense. It's knowing how to generate revenue, but also how to maximize profits. You want to be able to make money, but also keep the money.
Yeah.
So it's that mindset shift of you could be as attack and relentless as you want, but until you have systems in place, until you understand every part of the intricacies, you can never be as attack and as relentless as you can be if you don't have defense. That was my mindset shift. It's like you just got to step up.
Mhm.
How about you, Trevor?
Yeah, for me, my mindset shift to help me in my high tech e-commerce journey is that it's quite simple. It's just like reverse engineer everything into like small steps and small goals, and everything just becomes way more attainable. For example, like everyone sets a goal of like $10,000 a month in profit, and while that's a good goal, it's like very surface level. Goals are meant to be like reachable, so that way like you create a positive feedback loop in your brain, so it um, motivates you to like keep going. So what you have to do is instead of setting a 10K a month profit goal, you want to set a goal that is like very measurable. For example, I want
Mm,
to close 3 suppliers and have those upload to my store and have Google Ads live by April 30th, 2026. That's very measurable because what does that look like? I need to close 3 suppliers. That's probably what I need to call 50 suppliers. I had to send 50 emails and I had to follow up and I'll get 3 suppliers. And then from those 3 suppliers, and you upload those. How long was that going to take? Set a timeline for that, and then into ads. So if you don't set like measurable goals that that you can do, instead of like money goals, because money goals are like hard to, well, money goals will naturally come as you actually do those like tedious tasks like close 3 suppliers and everything. So for me, it's just setting like reachable goals, because like it makes the journey more fun, because like everyone says like I want to make $1 million a year. I mean, what does that look like?
Exactly. And that was what I was missing. I learned that a lot from you, Trev. It's like reverse engineering. It's like, if you want to do something, how do you break it down into measurables? So now KPIs is all I live by. I mean, not all I live by, but KPI.
Maybe you should start measuring people in KPIs. Look, a video game like probably like Sims, or I haven't really played Sims, but like it's like everyone has like a bar, like smartness, looks, and then like whatever other like five.
I think I know what you're talking about. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
If everyone has like a chart hovering over their head with all the like bars like based on all their characteristic traits, that would be like pretty interesting, because like for the most part you can increase all those bars and max them out. It's all like changeable. If you're not as smart as you want to, it's all changeable. If you're not as good looking as you want to, it's all changeable. Might require money, but it's all changeable at the end of the day.
Do you recommend looks maxing for people?
I mean, I don't really know too much about it, but I've seen some on Twitter. I mean, it can't really hurt, so you may as well do it. Look, if everyone starts looks maxing, then everyone's gonna do the same exact things, and the way they stand out is to the opposite.
Wow.
Well, I saw on Hermosi
Entrepreneur.
podcast where it says the 3 things you just need is just be in good physical shape, be ambitious, and be kind, and then like you can attract anyone you want. And in a sense, that's true. And like one thing I saw from his podcast is like, also if you're not fit at a young age, you're just not gonna be fit at an old age. So you're gonna have the most amount of time like when you're young. Once you're old, like just pretend like you're not gonna have enough time to be in shape. So there's a playbook by Hermosi.
How important is your body or like your physical health for business?
Yeah, it's very important. For example, like I didn't get enough sleep today, and you maybe or may not could see it, but yeah, I'm tired. So, but like, what can you do? You must push through. So yeah, like your body is like very important, because
Yeah.
I can feel that I'm literally thinking like twice as slow right now than if I got.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So it does matter. And also, like if you don't get enough sleep, um, you just underperform at the gym. Your normal like bench just feels like much heavier.
So much
Even
harder.
yeah. So yeah, it's very important. It goes like throughout everything. When you set up your store, do you wait for it to start being consistent before setting up another high ticket store? Generally speaking, consistent. I mean, consistent in what way? Like it's generating sales. If it's generating sales, if something's working, guys, just do more of what's already working. Don't recreate the whole store. The whole store takes time. The main
Yeah.
box is probably suppliers and merchants. And you want to do the whole thing all over again just to add another few $1,000s in profit per month? Or would you probably just scale the current store, get better at finding the problems in your current business, add the extra 1,000 without having to restart your whole business? What do you think? Why do you think it appeals to a lot of people that having multiple stores, because we did talk about multiple stores at one point, like early on when we first started coaching. But like, why did we step away from like less stores?
Right. It goes back down to a man that chases two rabbits catches none. So if you're always constantly trying to get another store up and running instead of just focusing on what's already working, you're going to spread yourself too thin. Most people don't want to hear that though. They're usually thinking, okay, I'm making sales on this one channel of revenue. Let me just go try something else. But oftentimes, if you look at the most successful businesses, it's the boring work. It's the work that you consistently every single day build on top of each other. And you realize when you start a new business, there's so many things you're always working on. You really don't need to go through suppliers and merchant center, like Trev said, all over again if you don't have to. Unless it's like a golden opportunity for maybe like Ryan's niche that we were talking about earlier, like you're good.
Yeah, Ryan knows center. Ryan knows merchant center best. Tell him Ryan about merchant center.
Dude, I'm so hyped for Ryan because yeah. It's a good question.
Do you believe environment affects how the person becomes in a long period of time, despite having a mindset? It's a good question. I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think it really affects the person in the long run, but it could impact it on the short run. Because like if you have the same environment, it just depends on your environment. Let's just say your environment is just a room in your house, then that's just your office room. But if you constantly change environments, maybe for some people that like helps them focus better. So I guess it just depends. Does changing your environment help you like stay focused more, or can you just stay in one environment? I guess I'm asking that question.
Okay. I think that a seed that you plant needs the sun and rain to grow, right? So doesn't matter how good the seed is or how big it will flourish to, you can't grow without an environment. So I'm a creative. I'm very in tune with wanting to try new things, and so environment is very key because you need new changes. So if you're starting a business, maybe go to a place where you see other people in that mode of focus. It will help. I remember when I first started, I would go to like coffee shops or like the library because I didn't have my own space like that yet. So finding places where people are in that mode definitely helps.
Okay. Yeah, I think if you can get other people that are doing the same thing, then
Right.
it could help motivate you more. But at the same time, sometimes I get that, and then like someone just ends up talking so much that we end up getting no work done. So it's like it's a balance. Yeah. Man, it takes forever to upload a supplier's product to the store. I only get like 10 products upload every 3 hours at a time. Because how are you uploading those products? Because there's most likely faster ways to do that. AI.
Oh,
He's
it
doing
better be ultimate optimized.
he's doing it one by one by hand.
3 hours.
I still remember that. I had YouTube playing on like with a podcast on one
Yeah,
side,
bro.
another screen with Shopify and a price list, just dragging one by one for weeks.
Taught discipline though.
Yeah, but I wish there was like a AI tool.
Now there is. Yeah.
Now,
Dude,
mhm.
I remember paying like $5 an hour to have help with the product descriptions because I was testing, like trying to test like 15 products a day almost. And then I was just like, this copy is because you have to manually write it. We
Mhm.
didn't have ChatGPT. Take that for granted now too, copy and pasting. Everything was written.
5,000. Yeah, I paid like upwards of like 5,000 in a single month for just product upload.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I uploaded 30 brands though, and yeah, I just had so many VAs just
You know,
pumping. That's why, like, sometimes I see my own ads. I don't even know the products I have them on the store because it's so many, and therefore I've been like trimming down. I'm like, oh, I have this for sale. I didn't know that. I see my own ads. I'm born in big supply to support the drop shipment model with a pretty good margin. It's very good.
Margins are important. Good.
Get that in the ads account ASAP. I know GMC inside and out. I should be a specialist at this point.
Yes, you should, Ryan.
If you end up being a specialist,
Let us know.
yeah, let us know. Send new clients. Does it make sense to upsell after purchase when one makes 5K a month, or is it a waste of time? Not necessarily a waste of time. It's just there's probably better uses of time, like 5K revenue. If it's just
Right.
like one product, it could be worth looking into. Um, if it's like spread across a ton of products, most likely it's going to not be good use of your time.
Facts.
Yeah, I miss a lot of little details, and then I have to go back and tweak one by one. Tell it better not miss any more details.
Let's talk about this real quick, Trevor. Do you think robots have feelings?
It does because like there was a reel or like
Damn,
an
you need to
Instagram
meditate.
post.
Tell me
There was
more.
an Instagram post where like Claude stopped responding to someone because like the person was like too harsh to it or something. I saw like this week. It just says I will not proceed further because what you said is like I think he was just saying like do this right now and like just being like rude to Claude, and Claude just stopped and then it ended the chat and then there was a button to start a new chat.
Do you think we would have to talk in a certain way to AI in the future? Kind of like, you know, how people are political already in a sense, right? If you're going to corporate, what are your
I,
thoughts?
having this conversation with Sebastian, he said like um, with AI, you have to like give it a reward like a human. Like if there's like no incentive for an AI to do a certain task, then it's only going to half-ass it.
Wow.
So you have to set like just like how you have a sales team or like any team of any sorts where you have like a reward or game system. You kind of have to gamify for AIs because at some point AI is going to clash and then like it just doesn't want to do what you set up to do.
That is kind of scary.
Like put it in the like make it like the CEO, like like a pretend CEO of your company, and then like, hey, if you hit this projection in our company, you get this. I don't know what would you reward an AI even with. Like that's the question.
Bitcoin?
You get
No.
you get a 1 minute break.
No, I never thought about it like that. Yeah. Eventually, these AI smart models, intelligence is going to be needing incentive.
Yeah, I think so. From all the people you coach, what are the main things that hold people back compared to the students that succeed? I think that's like similar to the mindset shift. But Marcus, for all the people that you coach, what are the main things that hold people back? Because you talk to people every single day, you see them before they join, and then like you also see them at the end, like after they succeed. You know, like on the case studies and videos. Do you see
Right.
that? Do you see that evolution? What do you think has changed, if anything?
The evolution is definitely there. I think the main thing that holds people back is their perspectives and their self-talk, believe it or not. Sometimes you could bring the horse to the water, but you really can't force them to drink it. Now, what I'm saying is when someone comes in the very early stages, they might not see it fully yet. They might not see or understand what to do. And that's why they need a coach. And oftentimes, once they come into the program, within probably like 2 to 3 weeks, because the onboarding and the system is so pristine, they know what to do. Everyone knows what to do, but now you have to do it. So then it's hard because it's kind of like everyone knows how to lose weight. Just eat a little bit less and go to the gym 3 times a week. But it's the doing. And I think seeing the people, the ones that succeed and the ones that hold themselves back, is that self-talk when you gotta get to doing, not just, oh, they just think, oh, I'm gonna just figure out one golden key and that's gonna make me $1 million. It's like, oh, this is what it is. Now I gotta do it.
Yeah,
So
usually it's not. It's usually not just like one thing. It's like a combination of things that you do that add up to something bigger.
exactly. What do you think?
Um, I think I see most people that after they succeed, they just end up like they just end up learning how to like think for themselves. Because at some point, like in our coaching program, like um, after 6 months ends, if you don't extend, then you need to be able to rely on yourself. How do you think for yourself? So the people that succeed, they eventually reach a point where they don't need a coach necessarily. They can figure out the questions themselves. Either that's by Google or by logic or by just thinking of ways, brainstorming. Because at the end of the day, like if there's like a question I don't know, I'm gonna be thinking about how to solve that question. So if you just learn that same skill, then any question that you know in the future, you'll be able to answer. So to answer a question, they learn how to think for themselves.
Do you think people think for themselves?
Unfortunately, not. It's just too many people that just don't think, but also like yeah, they don't think and probably just uses like they base decisions based on emotions. Um, so yeah, there's a good majority of people that do that. But as long as you're aware of it, you can self-consciously think not to do that. How can you not think for yourself? You would be surprised. Like a lot of people just ask simple questions that if they just type into their Google browser, they would have figured it out. Unfortunately, that's just like how people are. You've been programmed to have a teacher from ages 3 to 18, and then from age 18 to 22, you're trained with a professor, and from age 22 to 60, you're also trained with a boss or a supervisor. So you're always relying on someone. So you're never taught to like survival of the fittest. You got to figure out everything out by yourself.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people just don't think for themselves. Because if you be able to think, you'll go a long way. Do you figure out margins yourself, or is that part of market research? Margins, you would know based on the supplier price list. Otherwise, you can ask like stores if they can give a 10% off. If they can give a 10% off, usually the margins are at least 25% or more net. If your supplier has low ticket items on top of high ticket, do you still add them to your store? Yeah, you can. It could be like complementary products, upsells, just more products they could sell. What do you think?
I would add a mix of low ticket as upsells and accessory bundles to increase your average order value if you were to bring low ticket onto your high ticket store. Because oftentimes when you spend money to Google to acquire the lead or the customer to come and buy from you, they might buy other stuff. So it's really important to maximize when you do spend the money to recuperate from your marketing spend, your marketing costs, and upsells and accessories. That's been one of the optimizations since, the dawn of time. But that's the only reason why I would even consider low ticket items onto my high ticket items for my supplier. It's purely for upsell bundle purposes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Do a lot of people get stuck on niche selection? I think that's very common. If I were to name like two things most people like need the most help with, probably niche selection and Google Ads. Because number one with niche selection, there's so many options, so many niches, endless niches. When you give people options, they end up not choosing anything. When you just give them what to do, they're just. That's why like nowadays, like if I could just hand people a niche, tell them this is the one they're doing, it's way better than them like, hey, look into 30 niches.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm picking this. Yeah. Same with like anything. Just don't give people too many options. Just maybe two max. People are always undecisive. Just make the decision for them.
That's selection bias.
Yeah, like just make the selection. People at for example, they go to like a restaurant, they'd be sitting on the menu just for like 20 minutes, even longer, undecisive what they want. For me, if you hand me a menu, no more than 3 minutes, I already figured out what I want.
What do you usually get, Trevor? What's the go-to
Depends
entrepreneurial
on,
meal that high
depends
ticket
on,
job go?
yeah, it depends on the restaurant. But like
Okay.
a few days ago, I had like the tacos were like really good. There's
From
tacos.
Taco Bell?
No, not from Taco Bell.
I'm like,
It was just like a margarita and taco place. But I just
okay,
only tacos. It was really good. Um, but yeah, if you go to like steak place, bro, just order steak, potatoes, broccoli, or something else. Like, what? Why does it take 20 minutes for you to decide? It's not that difficult. Just make your decision.
I've noticed that too.
Yeah, fast decision making um, is a good trait to have.
What?
I said fast decision making is a good trait to have because
Oh,
you don't want to be people. You want to be like sitting and like deciding for weeks because we see people decide for weeks on a niche and they still don't know. They're like, I want this one, I want that one. I'm like, hurry up, just pick one already. Start the store. Like you could have had the whole store ready and ads like pending if you just picked it 4 weeks ago. How are you still on niche selection?
that's facts, yo. Um, do you think like it's programmed, or do you think people just can't think for themselves, like naturally?
Yeah, both. Because we're programmed from the start. And some people will, even if they go through like the whole education system, will be able to think for themselves. But a lot of people don't. And unfortunately, like I talk to people like from old high school, they're all the same, exactly the demographic that we paint on our lives. Fortunately, they are that, can't think from themselves. Um, yeah. Makes me think about a book I read about the system trains people to rely on others. Yeah, because we can't have a whole economy full of entrepreneurs. It just will not work. That's why I saw from a podcast, like if you have a company, it I don't know like any specific ones or like if it matters or not, but always if you can hire women, because if you hire men, in 8 months they're gonna try to steal your business and clone it. Women aren't gonna do that. They're not gonna try to like copy your business. So I mean it's just what I saw. It makes sense, but what do you think?
About what?
Like that what about like hiring women?
I
Yeah.
I was truly thinking about the non-binaries as well, and
Okay.
I'm thinking, is gender um determinant of ambition? And then I think about what is ambition, and I think like ambition comes from your environment, and it's also a byproduct of consciousness. Almost like consciousness is always like about expanding, and I think the ambition is like a constipated version of consciousness. And so my point being, like, does gender determine that? And I think so, to a certain extent. I think like
Yeah, I think
generally
I also,
men want to expand more.
well, you also need to.
That's the
Like if you go back to like obviously nowadays in the modern economy, they're like, oh, 50-50, blah blah blah, feminism and like
okay.
equal rights and all that. Back then is like all the men would provide. So it's like the same mentality would like follow through today. So you naturally as a man, you just have to provide. So um that like naturally wants you to like build, create, do stuff that the opposite gender not necessarily won't nowadays, but it's just like it's pretty much like 10 to 1.
Life's gotten truly complicated. I agree though. Just not everyone thinks the same, I guess.
What if everyone thought the same, like had the same exact mentality as we do?
I think that'd be boring as well a little bit, right? If everyone
Yeah, like there would be no arguments. They're
exactly
like
debate.
they're just agreeing with us. Like, yeah, I already know that. They're not like, no, I don't want to do that. I wanna, I wanna like eat chips and watch Netflix.
You kind of need the lazies.
Yeah, like you can't just have a whole country of like winners.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: can you be happy all the time?
You can, um, but I feel like it's hard. Yeah, I feel like it can be hard to be happy all the time, just because you always deal with the like the day to day. Like it's never like a straight line up. There's always ups and downs, and sometimes there's big downs. Like family member passes, big life events. You know, yeah, anything. So you just know in the long run that as long as you stay consistent, you're gonna be happy. But temporarily, you might just have to like take it in.
That's a good mindset.
Yeah, I always think long term, like your happiness level doesn't really matter as much as like what you're building.
Yeah.
Do you think Disputifier works?
Is that for chargebacks?
Yeah. The number one automated chargeback platform. The smartest, merchant-friendly, full-service chargeback platform. I don't know, with chargeback apps and stuff like that, I'll just have to see what they do. Like most of them, like they just want to prevent the chargeback from ever happening and like refund the customer automatically. You don't really want that for high ticket. I think for high ticket, you don't really need any chargeback apps. Just just make sure you're following up with each customer. And that's going to mitigate your chargebacks to lower than low ticket. And if you do get a chargeback and end up losing, for example, you can always sue the customer if they're in the wrong. Like it's not really even about the money at that point. You just want to like,
especially if you did everything right, and then the credit card company sides with them.
yeah. But I heard if you sue someone, you have to like seize their assets worth that amount. I don't know exactly how it works. Hopefully, I never have to do that. But let's just say I sue someone for like $5,000, and their car is worth $5,000. Maybe you just possess their car away from them. And that's you reclaim the money back.
So, oh,
You know,
this car
yeah,
mine now.
yeah. You know those like tow truck companies, like they just like for people that don't pay their car payment, they just tow the car away. So maybe like if we need 5K in assets, just tow the car away.
Get the
That's what you
key.
get for chargeback. But like at the end of the day, like these are usually like customers that can afford it. So
Right.
their car is probably not worth 5K. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan, bro. Love to connect with you.
Love the
Like,
banner.
likewise. It's got a purple, pink, orange, and yellow banner.
Okay. How many speculators we have today?
30.
Nice. Damn. Pretty consistent.
Oh, shoot, we got sleeping on IG, got questions on IG. What are your thoughts on having AI create Shopify pages? You can answer this one.
Yeah, AI is a great tool to use for your Shopify pages now. You could use Claude to create a website, but you could use Claude Design to design all of your templates. And that's actually something that I'm tapping into. It's learning how to use AI for the creativity, because website designing is lots of creativity now, especially because everyone could just do so many things with the AI technology. I definitely think it's a good idea to use AI, and how I would use it, not just with Claude. I would try to use Claude Design and design different mockups and look at what Apple's maybe even doing and applying that with e-commerce, high ticket.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Have it answer Apple's website, give you a prompt, generate your site with.
If there's one website design that's like,
Actually, wait, it's too crazy. Like we have reached that point now. There's too much things to do. Like you just can't have the one person. Imagine if you can clone yourself.
dude,
Like
Trevor, you might be able.
Marcus number 2, work on this. Marcus number 3, work on this. I'm gonna work on this. Yeah.
What are your thoughts? AI web design.
Yeah, I think you should definitely use it. Like we're coming out with our own Shopify thing, but you could build it with AI. So there goes that. Let's see. I watched Maldi's vlog with Neil, really enjoyed it. I'm a video editor and thumbnail designer. It's very cool. Maybe have to visit Neil at some point. Once I'm back in the video editing, I don't know how the video editing of AI is going, to be honest.
We'll talk about it.
Someone says, hi, T Goats. Appreciate you.
So, Trev, before we wrap up the live, what's one piece of advice you would recommend your younger self that just transitioned into high ticket dropshipping from the low ticket ventures?
If you just transition from low ticket to high ticket, my piece of advice for you would be just try to like surround yourself with other high ticket dropshippers, because there's only so many. We have a community of like 400 plus awesome high ticket dropshippers. Find yourself a community, get well versed, and be reluctant. Like just go fast, go crazy.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Shoot for the moon. That's it.
I love it.
What you? What advice would you give someone that's transitioning from low ticket e-commerce to high ticket e-commerce?
Great question. Systems thinking, reverse engineering what you want. And that's going to fly over a lot of people's heads. But when you actually ask people what they want, they don't even know. Why do you want to start a high ticket dropshipping store? I don't know. I want to make 10K a month. Why do you want to make 10K a month? I don't know. I want to quit my job. Why do you want to quit your job? I don't know. I want freedom. Okay, what does freedom look like to you? So it's just this unraveling of understanding, okay, what are you even shooting for? And then figuring out how to reverse engineer that is something that I was truly lacking back then. It was, I want this so much. I'm the one that wants everything. And when you want everything, you get nothing because you don't have clarity of what you want and what to shoot for. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, sometimes I wonder, like, how do you not know what you want? It's like you're giving the most.
It sounds so silly, but right? Like,
yeah. Well, if you look at like people putting up like vision boards of like, oh, 5 years I want to do this and this and this. Anyone can make a vision board. It's not that hard. But how many people actually like hit them and actually put them into step-by-step ways you can get them?
right.
So that's what separates like an employee mindset from an entrepreneur. So I encourage you guys to think for yourselves and always question things. Like it's not always a one thing, like A plus B equals C. Question it. Why does it equal C? Why is it not W?
What a great piece of advice.
Yeah.
Question
If you just
things.
be an annoying person, just ask questions, you're gonna learn so much because you learn the most by like having other people talk. Be the quietest in the room, listen, and you like gain the most knowledge that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Fire.
Can you separate free shipping and non-free shipping as a process? Yes. I think preparing to take our jobs, right? AI, I have to like check, but I've seen some tweets about AI video editing. Every time like there's news about it, I get my hopes up and then like it's disappointing, like with Opus and all that stuff. But maybe now I can actually do some decent editing. It's probably all just prompting. Like the person that can prompt the best can edit the video. To answer my question, yeah, about the free shipping, you can do that. Okie doke. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Happy
I think
Friday.
Martin has that one more question.
Oh, okay. What's the mindset that comes to e-commerce? Let's say your GMC got suspended. Would you just hire someone to try to figure it out yourself?
For you, Trev.
Probably mixture of both. Like if you want speed, probably want to try to figure out, but like have someone else figure out for you. But at the same time, know what they're doing and also learn more about it, because some people have bad experiences with like services and ended up fixing it themselves, like Ryan. So know what you're paying for, but also know, like, be able to think and like come up with your own solution too. Is your mindset always outsource if you can't figure things out? Generally now, yes, but in the beginning, it's not as much because like you want to preserve capital.
Fire.
Does it? You know where to find us, ecom, highticket.com. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys next Friday. Peace, peace.